Injury against the Bengals. Will bring you the latest on Tua's status. As Hurricane Ian impacts the Southeast, Tom Brady explains how the Buccaneers plan to bring Tampa together as they get ready to face the Chiefs. Plus, Shohei Ohtani aims for history against the A's as he makes his case for the AL MVP. SportsCenter now.
It's ready to take flight there.
All kinds of respect for linesmen.
Does that count as a hole-in-one? What is that? How does that even happen?
I have never seen that.
Bet you can't do that again. Welcome to SportsCenter. That is Ashley Brewer. I am Linda Cohn. We are happy to be with you. The Miami Dolphins took their unbeaten record to Cincinnati. Losing their first game of the season was the least of their concerns after what happened to their starting quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa.
And Linda, Tua was already listed on the injury report as questionable coming into this Thursday night game after suffering an injury when he slammed his head into the ground last Sunday. So he returned, Joe Burrow returning in his floral suit, looking sharp. There's Tua pregame getting ready. First quarter, Bengals marching on their opening drive. It's Joe Mixon, coming through, fights his way through the middle.
Amazing.
Just pushes the entire offensive line with him. What's up, everybody? Bengals up 7-0. Next drive for the Dolphins, Tua. The nice fade to Chase Edmonds, and he cannot hang on to it. Oh,
should have had it.
Boy, right, so close. Dolphins only get the field goal. It's a 7-3 game. Later in the first, Tagovailoa looking deep to Tyreek Hill, and just a little short, picked off by Von Bell. Bengals ball. He's like, all right, I got it next time. Second quarter, same score. Bengals going for it on a 4-1. Mixon runs the play to the right. He's tackled by Eric Rowe and Javon Holland. No gain. Dolphins take over. Later in the second, after the Dolphins field goal down 7-6. Tua rolling out. A lot of time, a lot of space. He is sacked and violently thrown to the ground. Sacked there by Josh Tupou. And watch Tua's head as it falls to the ground, and you see the teammates' deep concern as he is carted off the field. He was on the ground for 7 minutes, then put onto a stretcher. Tua was taken to a local hospital. They later reported he was conscious, had movements in all of his extremities. Enter Teddy Bridgewater. He takes over. Nice 16-yard gain. Jason Sanders kick tipped, and it's no good. Bengals ball. Ensuing drive for the Bengals, 3rd and 11. Joe Burrow this time. The deep ball, T. Higgins out there on the sideline. Shakes off his man, and the Bengals are up 14-6. Nothing but time and space on that score. 14 seconds left in the half. Bridgewater. Delayed shovel pass gives it to Edmonds, and he'll scoot his way in for the 7-yard score. That's more like it. First touchdown pass for Bridgewater in a game that he has not started. Dolphins trail 14-12 after the missed extra point. All right, more Teddy action. A deep bomb throwing out that arm. I've been working on that all training camp from my time to show it off. A 64-yard gain to Hill. Hill bobbling it, but hold on. Dolphins headed for a field goal. They take the lead 15-14. Now to the fourth. Bengals at midfield. Burrow. All right, looking, throws. Tyler Boyd. Yes, he does. 43-yard gain. The Bengals would kick a field goal. They'd then take the lead 17-15. Later in the fourth, Bridgewater. Straight up the middle. Mike Gesicki, and that is not my teammate. That's Bell again. Bell, his second interception in the game. By the way, he only had 2 in his career in 96 games. Bengals ball. Burrow this time. Down to the sideline, Jamar Chase taken down for a 36-yard gain. First down, Bengals. They're just moving and grooving and not having too many problems. Burrow to Hayden Hurst, and nothing but green grass and some paint. The Bengals go on to win 27-15, but this game all about checking in on Tua.
I don't think that an injury from last week made him fall the same way this week, you know. But yeah, I do not have any, like, absolutely zero patience for or will ever put a player in a position to, for them to be in harm's way. That is, like, not what I'm about at all, and no outcome of a game would ever influence me being irresponsible as the head coach of the football team.
I think it's emotional. You know, knowing the guy for so long, playing with the guy for so long, you see him go out kind of in the worst way on the stretcher. So a lot of emotions go through your head, but I wanted to go out there and continue to play for him.
That was an emotional moment. That is not part of the deal that anyone signs up for, even though you know it's a possibility in football to have something that you have to get taken off on a stretcher. If I didn't have a job to do for the organization and the rest of the players, and I didn't have that obligation in my mind, I would have tapped.
Take a look at the timeline here. In Sunday's win over the Bills, Tua Tagovailoa briefly left the game. He was evaluated for a concussion after hitting the back of his head on the ground during the second quarter. The decision was made Thursday morning that he was good to go for Thursday's game. Thursday night, he was taken to a local hospital with head and neck injuries suffered on a second quarter sack. The NFLPA issued the following statement on Twitter. Player health and safety is at the core of the union's mission. Our concern tonight is for Tua, and we hope for a full and speedy recovery. Our investigation into the potential protocol violation is ongoing. Damian Woody joining the show now. Thanks so much for your time. Now, given the timeline of events from Sunday to now, how do you think this entire situation was handled by the Dolphins?
Well, listen, I don't want to speculate as far as Tua's injuries and those type of things, but the visuals definitely leave some things to be questioned as far as, you know, maybe the Dolphins or how, you know, the league protocol. Because when you look at, you know, what happened on last Sunday against the Buffalo Bills and Tua being visibly shaken up, and then 4 days later we saw the injury, you know, live on TV tonight. There's going to be a lot of questions that's going to be asked about the protocols and why was Tua available to play tonight after sustaining that injury against the Buffalo Bills. Yeah,
a shocking sight for so many of us, and especially for the guys on the field. The line of teammates surrounding Tua was just heartbreaking to see, the emotion on their faces. Damian, as someone who has been a player on that field, what kind of emotions are those guys experiencing in a moment like that?
You know, actually, it's tough. You know, as a player that's played 12 years in the league, I've seen all types of injuries, some gruesome injuries. But you know, that injury tonight with Tua, that was a tough one to watch. And you know, me being a spectator, I was visibly shaken, and so I know the players on both teams were visibly shaken by that. But you know, as players, we're just taught to kind of put it to the side, because you know you got the rest of the game to play. So it's a tough situation for these guys, and I give them credit for you know, trying to play through it. But man, that was tough to watch.
Yeah, how incredible to be able to compartmentalize that, what you just experienced, and go on and finish a game. It is something, and those guys are true professionals. Damian Woody, so are you. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And coming up later on SportsCenter, Jeremy Fowler is in Cincinnati. He will give us the latest on Tua Tagovailoa's status.
Because the Tampa Bay area was spared the most damaging consequences left by Hurricane Ian, the Sunday night game between the Kansas City Chiefs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be held as scheduled at Raymond James Stadium. The NFL making that announcement on Thursday. The Glazer family, who owns the Buccaneers, will donate $1 million to assist relief efforts in Southeast Florida and throughout the state. Quarterback Tom Brady hopes the game can be a positive at this difficult time for so many.
You know, I always feel like sports has brought people together over a long period of time, you know, and, you know, watching different adversities, whether it was 9/11, whether that was Katrina, you know, sports has an amazing way of kind of healing wounds and bringing people together and bringing communities together and stuff to cheer for and a common interest and a common good. So I think anytime you can participate in things like that, it's a great feeling. And, you know, I know it means a lot for us to have the opportunity to go out and play for our fans always. But, you know, after what so many people have gone through in the state, you know, it's great to go out there and give them something to cheer about.
Well, because of Hurricane Ian reportedly heading to South Carolina, SC State and South Carolina played Thursday instead of this Saturday. Spencer Rattler was ready. First quarter, 3rd and goal. Rattler rolling out, dumping it off to Marshawn Lloyd, who does the rest. 5-yard touchdown, and South Carolina goes for the 2-point conversion. Tonka Hemingway, 6'3", 295-pounder defensive lineman, lined up at QB. Direct snap. It worked. The 2-point conversion. South Carolina up 8-0. Second quarter, it's 15-0. 45 seconds before the half, 1st and goal at the 6 of SC State. Rattler, so talented, just scrambles and finds his way into the end zone. 22-0 South Carolina at the half. Third quarter, it's 22-7 South Carolina. 2nd and 11 from SC State's 14. Rattler. Austin Stognar over the middle. That's a 15-yard touchdown. This one was easy for South Carolina. 50-10 the final.
All right, now to baseball. What will Shohei give us next? Every time, every outing is a must-see moment. The A's down at the Big A in Anaheim. Shohei on the bump, and Vimael Machine going down looking. Ohtani just getting started, just getting warmed up. And you know what warms you up? What? Nothing like a good old hit at the plate, too. He would extend his hitting streak to 14 games, Linda. How is this physically possible? Freak, absolute freak. Top of 4, it gets freakier. Ohtani had not allowed a hit yet. Getting Tony Kemp swinging. Machine, how about you? Nothing. The movement on his pitches, it's insane. Sean Murphy, nothing. Ohtani threw 4 scoreless innings with a no-hitter. Connor Capel gets a tapper back to Ohtani. It's all good. Out at first. Ohtani feeling it, confident, and doing it at home in front of your fans. No better feeling. Top of the 7th and out, 2 outs. No, still going. Murphy, making contact, hits a grounder to 3rd, and you are out of here. Ohtani is through 7 hitless innings. Top of 8, Seth Brown up. On the first pitch, pops up. Max Stassi going into foul towards it. Got it. And yes, he does. Makes the ball,
nice play.
The ball up there up against the fence. Trout loving it. Got your pitcher. Next batter, Jordan Diaz on an 0-2 pitch. Strikes out on that filthy slider. 2 outs in the 8th. Oh, man, so close. Next batter, Connor Capel. Oh, with the liner. Oh, and Levon Soto could not make the play at short. Ohtani's like, it's all good. The most polite human alive, and also one of the most dominant. 8 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 10 strikeouts. Oh, man, get on your feet. Unbelievable night for Shohei Ohtani as the Angels win 4-2.
Coming up on SportsCenter from Los Angeles, the Rays and Mariners pursue a wild-card berth, while another team gets to celebrate on their day off. If you called Jags-Eagles as a game between 2 division leaders a month ago, buy a lottery ticket. We'll walk through their intriguing Week 4 matchup. And Jeremy Lin joins the show to discuss his new documentary, The Peak of Linsanity, and growing the game of basketball among Asian Americans. Stay tuned.